Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Here's part 2 of my Marlin refinishing video. So, as you saw in the last video, we now have a bare stock. There's no metal pieces, butt plates off. So, to start the sanding process, removing the old finish and sanding out all these chips, you could see, not chips, but where the, excuse me, finish is worn off over the years. You'll need a few things. This is just a list of things I picked up from other people's videos. Sort of a paint stripping agent, something to help a little bit with removing the varnish. Scrub sponge, a couple different types of scrub brushes. This one is kind of like a hard, I don't know, what type is this? I don't know, but it's like a, feels like pine needles or something, but it's like a straw brush, harder. And then this has plastic. These are plastic bristles. This one's obviously a little harder. This one's a little softer. And you'll need a rag, a couple cups of water, like an hour. Sorry. And a brush to brush off all your wood shavings. And a variety of sandpaper, right here, variety of sandpaper, a block, and a circular tubular thing you can use as a dowel block. So first thing I'm going to do is wet my sponge. Wring that out and give the gun a good wipe down. We're going to try and remove all the dirt and oils here. Let me move this camera down. I always forget to do that. Move this camera down. So try and remove all the dirt and oils that have been on this gun over the years. I'm going to get it nice and wet. Mainly because the gun being wet aids in everything that you're going to do with it. And then you can take the scrub side and try and get some of that dirt off. Then we'll take our rag, wipe it down. I don't know if you can see that, but there's definitely some dirt coming off the stock. I was actually shooting it a couple weekends ago, and I was just slightly embarrassed because I was shooting with a buddy of mine that has a really, really nice 1022. And it kind of drove me to rebuild this gun. Also, it was my grandfather's, and as my dad says, he's never minded improvement, so I plan to improve upon it. So we're going to take a little bit of this oops. I'm going to get it on the corner of your rag. And I've laid down a block of wood on top of my little workbench here so that it doesn't get through to anything else. So we're just going to get this on here, and we're going to take the harder scrub brush. See if that doesn't help us to start removing a little of that stuff. So, just keep on. And this stuff evaporates fast, so you kind of have to get on it. As you're wiping, you have to scrub. And I don't know if you guys can see the dirt on this table here. There's a lot of dirt coming off of that stock. So this should be a very good project. Very dirty old gun. We're going to go ahead and make it try and look like it's from the factory. Also, I'm going to take my sponge and wipe out inside of where the trigger guard goes. There's a lot of dirt in there. Wipe out everywhere in here. You don't have to worry about the gun getting wet too much. It has a finish on it that will protect the wood while it's getting wet. And obviously I'm new to this, not new to this, but I'm quite new to this whole gunsmithing thing. I'm just put this on here maybe to help a few people, and maybe you guys can help me out. That'd be nice. So see what's coming out of there. All that dirt's coming out here. So then we're going to take our roughest sandpaper. In this case, I believe I'm going to start out with 100 grit sandpaper. No, 80 grit. 80 grit sandpaper. And I'm going to cut it to fit my flat block here. So let's do that. Oh, I also didn't mention, need a pair of scissors for cutting sandpaper. So, you can go ahead and go right on here. Gonna draw up the pattern. you're just tracing an old piece of sandpaper that fits. If you don't have one that fits, just take a couple measurements and it should fit your block. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, stick it in the block, and we can start sanding my gun. And I figured I wouldn't have all this ready so that you guys could see the actual process that I went through, and you guys might be able to mirror that. And like I said, you can also comment and try and help me improve my skills. That would be really nice too. Alright, got my piece of sandpaper, got my block. You can go ahead and put this in. Alright, now we got that done. Let's get this junk out of the way and begin the sanding process. All the flat surfaces you can go ahead and take this block to. No problem, it's not going to hurt it. So, and you're going to want to go with the grain of the wood. The grain of the wood runs this way. You're going to want to run the sanding block along the grain. And I don't know if you can see, it's coming off pretty well. I have these deep gouges and cuts out of the finish, so I'm going to have to go ahead and take off the original finish here. And that's not going to be too fun. So you can see it's really taking it down nice. Doesn't take much time. And then when you get to a rounded surface, you just take a piece of this paper. Here, I'll show you how to do it on a rounded surface. It's really simple. You're just going to shape it out to the length of your dowel block. Like I said, mine's kind of ghetto. And in here, down here where it gets into these rounded surfaces, you can use this in here to get all the excess out of the rounded areas. And then there'll also be a few places where it won't even make sense to use a block. Up at the top here where it's rounded off, you can just take that off yourself. Down around the buttstock here in the where it dips down for your cheek to go into. You know, you set up a gun and your cheek kind of sinks in there like this. So down in here, it doesn't make sense to use a block, but really a nice area to have this dowel-shaped block is right in there, right in the bend of the gun right there. Having this to be able to get in here makes a world of difference than using your hand. When you use your hand, you can create some waves in here. So, I'll check back in with you guys when I have this all sanded down. Thanks for watching.